While funeral customs are not as strictly scripted as they once were, generally speaking, when someone dies in our family, we kind of know what's going to happen. There'll be a wake, and if they're Catholic, a mass here at church, a burial, and then, of course, we eat. In the time of Jesus, the custom was a little bit different in that they were required to bury someone by sundown on the day that they died. Not so much burial in the ground, but an entombment, usually in a cave of some sort. And later, people would come, and if they did not have time for the proper burial before, they would wash the body, anoint it, and place spices around it. And in the case of Jesus, the gospel accounts talk about women coming to the tomb on the Sunday after Good Friday. And on the way there, they were concerned. They were concerned about who would remove the stone, who would take the stone away so that they could get in to the cave. And in those accounts, and in today's gospel talking about Mary Magdalene, when they get to the tomb, the stone is already removed. The barrier that kept them from Jesus was gone. And indeed, Jesus had been raised. The good news that we announce today is so good that we can scarcely comprehend it. That death itself has been conquered. And if you could use the image of the stone, that which might have kept us from a relationship to Jesus has been lifted. The obstacle is gone. Over the past 3 days, the church has been celebrating the passion, death, and resurrection. On Thursday, we were reminded that not only do we remember Jesus at the table when we take the bread and the wine and do this in memory of him, we also are encouraged to be of service to the other. The image that is used is we need to wash each other's feet as Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. So that this call that you and I have received is also a call to be attentive one to the other. Or on Friday, we were encouraged to lay down our burdens at the foot of the cross, to take whatever pain and suffering we might have in our lives and somehow join it to the pain and suffering that Jesus endured on Good Friday. And today, we are invited to share in the resurrection. The resurrection was something that we believe happened 2,000 years ago, but in a certain sense can be repeated in our lives today. It happens when we die to ourself, when we die to our selfishness or self-centeredness and rise with the Lord, when we are of service one to the other. Never think that the stones in our lives cannot be moved. The stones of selfishness or self-centeredness, envy, jealousy, anger, pettiness, or a lack of patience. It is possible. It is possible to change. It is possible to be better. It is possible to be different. Not necessarily through our own power, but through the power of the resurrected Christ. The symphony of the Triduum, those 3 days, has ended. But the melody of God's unconditional love for you and for me goes on forever.